right, June reading wrap-up. We are starting with the books that I have in my lap. I believe I read 6 this month. Starting with The God of the Woods. And by God, I hated this book. I only made it to the halfway point. I DNF'd it because life is too short to read boring books. That is the pretty much summary of my review for this. Very simple premise. This should have been a novella. And for the record, this is like praised, like beloved. People love this book. And most reviews say it has a slow start to it. I just decided whatever happens at the end of it, it's not worth it. I don't care. Girl goes missing at summer camp. Previously, a guy went missing from the same summer camp. There's possibly a murderer that's escaped from prison. I can't tell you what this book is about. And I read, as it's nearly 500 pages long, so I read a good 250 odd pages, I'd say. Slightly under. That there are so many characters. None of them are interesting. They all feel like a character trope with a single trait and very cliche story. The housewife who got married too young and slowly is becoming an alcoholic, and the daughter who is rebellious and is pushing back against her rich family, the poor girl falling in love with the rich guy who he abandons her and betrays her. I can't with it because I did not care about any of these characters. Not because they weren't interesting outright, and I had faith that they probably would become more entertaining and interesting, but there were just so many of them. Like, they introduced the police officers, the first police officer woman on the force that made it to this level, and I'm just like, you're introducing too many characters to flesh them all out. You're going back and forth between like 3 different timelines, and I just don't care. So, DNF. Next is Riley Sagar's With a Vengeance. Is this a phenomenal thriller book? No, it's Riley Sagar. It's twisty, twist, twist. It's mind-numbing entertainment. I love Riley Sagar's writing. I will read his entire book in 1 sitting, maybe 2 sittings if life gets in the way and I have no choice but to leave. But I love Riley Sagar. The last, 2 books by him? Not good. Some of his recent books did not like. I'm not saying this is phenomenal. This is not my favorite by him. I have a other review here on the channel specifically for this book, but I enjoyed it. You have the Murder on the Orient Express kind of thing where a woman is in a train car with a bunch of people she hates. She has lured them there, and she has motivation to kill all of them. And they all have motivation to kill each other, and then one drops dead. And she has to keep them alive because she wants them to experience her form of justice when the train reaches the end of the line. So she's trying to keep the people she hates most in the world alive. And I just had a fun time, okay? The characters were really entertaining. Riley Sagar actually wrote an interesting, charming, even, male character / not quite love interest. I liked it, okay? Not fantastic. Probably should have been a 3 stars. I'm giving it a 4 because I like Riley Sagar's writing. It's very easy to read. Eat the Ones You Love. I had a terrible reading month because look how pretty, look how beautiful this cover is. I would love to display this proudly on my bookshelf. I despised it. Boring as hell. This time I did not give up on the boring book because I read it to the very end and I don't know why. Girl goes to a plant shop, gets hired on as a little bit social media thing, like she starts an Instagram for them and kind of takes on that side project, but mostly after a breakup, she just wanted a change in scenery, new life goals, new perspective, new road to go down on life, and she's like, hey, flower shop, nice. We have this aging mall. It's isolated. It's almost like a ghost town because it's crumbling and it's about to be torn down. And there's this plant that's talking to them. And if it had just been this girl maybe falling in love with the other girl who runs the flower shop, that'd be one thing. That'd be really interesting as she slowly unravels the mystery and the horror. Because with horror books and movies and anything horror, the unknown the suspense. That is what I'm looking for. But instead, 99% of that book is told from the point of view of the talking plant. And it knows everything. It's omniscient. It can get into people's minds and feelings, but it's uncaring. It's clinical. It's cold. I thought we were going to basically go into like abusive relationship, controlling partner kind of vibes, as that plant has a very, I'll give you, interesting dynamic with the owner of the shop, but like, all suspense is gone. It's just telling us, it's narrating what's happening. A story is happening to these characters. We're being told of it and kept at a very far distance. And it's just not entertaining. It's very boring. I did not like it. The Proposal. I'm not going to be mean about this one. This one's not for me. I tried a romance book. So essentially, two absolute best friends, interesting characters in their own right, decide to get married, so the one of the friends can get a green card, and they end up falling in love with each other. But I almost would probably like this. This is a me issue, okay? I don't like romance. I don't know why I keep trying it. Cute cover, that's why. I'm motivated by buying cute covers. There is like lip service to, he has to pay money for like to live and all this, and you know, taxes with sales tax, but can't go get any medical care because he doesn't have social insurance, security, whatever cards. Like, he can't go to a hospital. Immigration might be called at him. He has to suffer through abusive workplace environments and gotta do whatever the boss says, can be financially taken advantage of. Because if he gets fired, well, if he gets in an argument with the owner, they could call ICE on him. You have genuine fear there. But it almost feels like lip service, like it's not an actual point, but it shouldn't be the point because the love story is supposed to be a point because it's a romance book. But I don't like romance. I was more interested in, oh yeah, can we go into diving into how they're doing all this for the economy and workforce, but don't get any benefits? How about we focus on that? No? Oh, you're going to introduce an immigration lawyer. Let's see what they have to say. They have one phone call conversations, never brought up ever again, and gives no advice. They just said, yep, you're going to get married, you're on the right path, you got your application started, excellent, call me if you need anything. Never calls them. And then you have the ex-girlfriend of one of the main characters, and she is a piece of work. So she is abusive, 100%, and it could be interesting to go into the dynamic of an abusive relationship where the woman is the aggressive one and the abusive one. That'd be one thing. That'd be really interesting. We could focus on that. It's not the focus. She is just the villain who is cartoonishly evil and does everything possible to make her the most hated character ever with no depth, because we need some kind of drama to split the main couple up. And they, of course, have terrible communication because neither one can admit that they're in love with the other one because they don't want to mess up the friendship. And to the point that one thinks he might be homophobic because he can't stand anyone else being around his best friend. It takes him a little bit too long to realize he's in love with his best friend. But I liked how supportive the family was. The writing was fine. It's just not, the focus of the book was not where I needed to be entertained. Why couldn't this have just been like two friends falling in love and make it like a quirky comedy kind of thing maybe, while navigating immigration and all the legal processes that takes to get a green card, become a naturalized citizen, something like that. That would have been good. Why do we need a cartoonish evil villain? She was what ruined it for me. If she wasn't in there, I'm convinced I might have actually liked this one. Ones that I did not read physically, and that is going to be Kill Your Darlings. Peter Swanson. He's one of my instant buy authors. He was almost kicked off my instant buy author list because I have liked each book of his progressively less. So, The Kind Worth Killing, one of my all-time favorite thriller books of all time, used to be my favorite book of all time. It's my twisty twist twist book. I love it. And then the next book, still great. Enjoyed it, really loved it. 5 stars, but not as much as The Kind Worth Killing. The next one, liked it slightly less. Slightly less. Until we've gotten to, I hate this book, I despised every page of this, why was this even written? And now, I'm like, I'm done with Peter Swanson. He makes Kill Your Darlings. I'm like, all right, one more time. I'm not going to buy it this time. I'm going to read it on screen. And it was very entertaining. Probably should have been a 3-star, but I gave it 4. The 2 characters, they're married, they love each other. She's now planning to kill her husband for what he has become. And we start with the end of the story and then progressively work backwards. So the story is told in reverse chronological order, following their life, following their, we'll call it a love story, following their journey. And it's It's interesting. I like the style of writing this. I like the fact that it was told in reverse chronological order. It was very fast-paced. I enjoyed reading this. But if this had been told in chronological order, I would have said this is very boring. The twists are basically non-existent. It's very predictable. It's basically kind of boring. The only thing I enjoyed about this is the reverse chronological order, where we know everything, we work backwards. I don't even want to call it a twist. I really don't want to call them twists. Events that happen along the way that tie back into things that happened previously. And I still enjoyed reading it. I'm just not saying it's good. Finally, it's Overgrowth. Why was all my plant books terrible? Because I love this premise. Alien plants come to Earth and are ready to colonize the entire species and take over the world. And we have like an invasion of the body snatchers kind of thing, where this girl is eaten by a plant and then we'll call it reborn. The plant becomes the girl and lives her life. And throughout the entire series, or entire book, she's just like, hi, I'm part of an alien invasion that's come to a vanguard that will destroy your world someday. Nice to meet you. Like, she can't help introducing herself that way. And maybe you could go with, I don't know, autistic compulsions, conversation representation there. I thought there was going to be a stronger environmental message where, like, we're being told about all these horrible things that are going to happen in the future unless you take action now, specifically the environment, because that was kind of mentioned in the first couple chapters, but then it's never brought up again. I hated this book. It was so good. I loved the premise. I loved it so much. And the beginning was phenomenal. Her boyfriend, also phenomenal, accepting, love it. I was terrified for one moment because I'm like, oh, don't make me hate you. Don't do this twist. Don't do this to me. But their relationship, awesome. Her friendship with the people, her roommates, absolutely great. The dynamics, the characters, the voice of them, absolutely 10 out of 10. This book's a 1-star, okay? The characters were good, but I hated actually reading what they were doing because it was so repetitive and so... She was so wishy-washy. Oh, I want to save humanity, but I'm a plant, and I want to be with my kind. I want to protect these people that I love. Yeah, but do they deserve it? Just back and forth. Which side she going to choose? She going to choose humanity, or is she going to side with the plants and the army that they have? Is there anything she can even do? And it just went on too long. She was too wishy-washy. Not a fan. So overall, I did not really have that great of a reading week. I found some ones that I enjoyed reading, but by no means did I think they were good. And then I had some absolutely ones I hate. What can you do? On to anime and manga, and I'm going to need to consult my computer. What have I read and watched this week, or this month? Alright, I tried to start 91 Days, but some jerk decided to remove that from Canadian Crunchyroll, so now I've got to find somewhere else to watch it somehow. So haven't watched any of that yet. Code Geass, I have started. I'm started this because I want to watch anime that I think has a trope or something about it that I'm going to absolutely despise. In this case, it's going to be mecha. I don't know why, can't tell you why. The idea of mecha, watching it on screen, just like hate it. I can't even. I hate mecha so much, but I know I'll love everything else about Code Geass from what everything everyone has told me, so I'm going to try. I'm not very far into it. I'm currently 3 episodes in. I am watching Lord of Mysteries here today, so I will have 2 episodes watched at the time of presenting this video, but I haven't actually finished episode 1 yet. Life got in the way. Watched the 2 episodes, having a wonderful time, vibes are good. I'm not the biggest fan of steampunk, but I like the Victorian era of it. I think it's like a guy from one reality has appeared in another. I like the mystery of it. I like how this show is not doing very much hand-holding. It's just throwing you into a situation, and you're picking up the pieces as you go. So I am enjoying it so far. The Apothecary Diaries Season 2, I think there's 1 episode left. I'm in love. This is my favorite of the 2 seasons that have aired. I love The Apothecary Diaries. 10 out of 10. Better than Season 1. I didn't think it'd be better than Season 1. It is. I finished Lazarus. I hated it. God almighty, the writing was terrible. I just had a terrible time with it. That's all I can say. It's getting its dedicated rant review because, my God, you have to try to make something that bad. Oh, I finished Rama 1/2. I forgot about that. Very much enjoyable. I'm upset that I did not watch this in my childhood. I loved Inuyasha. I seen commercials and advertisements for Rama 1/2 all the time, and I just didn't think it'd be for me, but the characters are entertaining. This is the new remake of it. The animation, I love the art style, the color palette, it's all beautiful. It's something I would have enjoyed a lot more as a teenager, but I still really, really liked it. Oh, I added the Summer Hakuryu Died to my TBR, and, or in this case, to watch list, not to read list. So that's coming out later this month, I think, so I'm going to be watching that. I'm probably going to drop Kage-sama Love is War. The humor is not for me. I do not like it, so there's a decent amount of miscommunication, like, two characters obviously in love with each other, but neither wants to admit it. They want to get the other to admit their love first, but they have like miscommunications in terms of like someone brings a food to this lunchbox and he thinks she's judging him because he's poor and had to make his own food, and she just wants to try the little octopus thing, and she brings all this fancy food that her personal chef made, wanting him to offer a trade so she can try this little hot dog octopus, and he thinks she's just showing off, so he's trying to not fall for it. I don't know. The humor as well is just not for me. It's a weird power dynamic to get the other to confess their love, and I don't know. I don't like the power play of it. I don't like the humor. I'm 5 episodes in. I don't think I'm going to finish it, quite honestly. I'm going to try to finish season 1. It's not that bad, it's just not for me. I have made lots of progress in Berserk. What chapter am I at? I don't think my anime list is updated. 338. I'm on chapter 338. This is volume set 13. I've only got a teeny tiny bit left to read, and then I gotta start volume set 14, and then I'm out of Berserk, but on the bright side, then I get to read Vinland Saga. I don't want to be done with Berserk, so I might be going a little slow, but I do want to read Vinland Saga, so I should start reading a little quicker soon. I made a decent amount of progress on Goodnight Pun Pun. I'm on chapter 82 of 147. I'm really, really enjoying it, and I can't wait to talk about the entire series of it. It's so good. It's my kind of horror meets slice of life. It's everything I want it to be, and I love it, even if it does send me into a little bit of an existential spiral sometimes. One Piece, obviously, I am caught up. Chapter 1152. It's wonderful. I need the next chapter, but there's a break next week, and I'm upset about it, but it's okay. Oda can take his breaks. All right, that's all I got. I will talk to you later.